This tiger can bring down prey weighing half a ton, yet it is closing in on two cubs. In nature, much like a ruthless economy, energy comes before ego. Minimal resistance means minimal expenditure, but in a landscape defined by chronic scarcity, nothing is ever that simple. In a sprint, the cubs are merely unfinished predators lacking a safety net not yet built for survival. The tiger accelerates. Thigh muscles coil, driving its massive frame forward like a heavy blade skimming the earth. The distance collapses. And then a dark, shaggy mass cuts across the line of attack. The mother bear does not flee. Bearing the solitary burden of motherhood, she charges straight into nearly 440 pounds of apex muscle. The cubs scramble onto her back, locking on like anchors. They become one with the defensive mass. She rises upright. The posture frees her forelimbs, transforming curved 4-inch claws from termite digging tools into lethal weapons. The first sweep lands with the force of a sledgehammer, not sharp like a scalpel, but heavy like an iron bar, smashing across the tiger's face. The tiger lunges. If it can flip, her smaller frame jaws will clamp onto her throat within seconds, a bite powerful enough to crush the shoulder bones of a sambar deer. But the second strike lands like a thunderbolt. A top predator has just been knocked out of its own killing rhythm. A creature built to dig for termites has just forced the ruler of the jungle to hesitate. The tiger presses the assault. Its massive frame drives downward like a boulder attempting to crush the smaller defender. But the bear does not break. She arches over her cubs, her spine curving into a living shield against a hostile world. Every time the tiger advances, another sweeping strike meets it aimed straight at the face, at the eyes, at the most vulnerable assets of a hunter. The calculation shifts. The tiger stops. Breathing heavily, its tongue sliding over the fresh cut, a reaction not just to pain. The bear takes a step forward, firmly closing the door on the encounter. The tiger turns away. Not because it is weaker, but because the cost has suddenly eclipsed the reward. A male tiger controls territory spanning dozens of square kilometers. In an ecosystem like Kanha, where large prey is unpredictable, a single week of failed hunts rapidly drains muscle mass. And in a landscape defined by fierce territorial scarcity, physical weakness means sudden eviction by a stronger rival. Is a meager meal worth risking dominance? Is one kill today worth losing the strength to hold territory tomorrow? It is this relentless pressure that forces the predator to walk away. Not because it cannot kill, but because it must survive. Somewhere else in this forest, a tigress is raising her own cubs. Born blind and entirely helpless, they will do little more than nurse and hide for months. It takes nearly 2 years before they can hunt independently. During that entire period, their existence hinges entirely on the mother's physical condition. A tigress with cubs must hunt more frequently and take greater risks, yet preserve her body at all costs. In the wild, there is no convalescent leave. The body is the sole asset. And the hungry mouths waiting in the shadows do not care about a predator's fearsome reputation. They only know they need meat. Tigers are solitary hunters. They do not rely on a pack. With a wild success rate hovering around just 10 to 20%, every charge is a massive energy investment. Every wound accrues a crushing biological debt. Sloth bears, by contrast, are not apex killers. They subsist on termites, ants, and honey. Their eyesight is poor. Yet when cornered, they counterattack with such explosive ferocity that even a tiger is forced to recalibrate. In a flash, two evolutionary strategies collide, one built on lethal efficiency, the other on desperate, unyielding defense. It begs the ultimate question: can a creature built to dig for termites truly force the undisputed ruler of the food chain to yield? The answer is yes, but not through superior strength. In the wild, the longest lived are rarely the most aggressive. In this encounter, neither side won and neither side lost. In nature, status and territory are maintained not just by what you can kill, but by what you refuse to gamble. And sometimes what makes a predator truly formidable is not the fatal strike. It is the absolute discipline to walk away before the cost becomes too high.